This is how to break 80 every single round using the 6-6-6 method. Let's get right into it.
All right, we got a par 5, dog leg left. Let's go. Right side. All right, we're at Homestead Golf Course in Midway, Utah. This is my new home course, but basically I'm trying to break 80 today, and I'm just gonna go with the simple concept of the 6-6-6 method. In this case, it's 3-3-3 method because we're only playing 9 holes. What that is 3 greens in regulation, 3 up and downs, and 3 bogeys. If I stick to that, I should be able to play under 80 every single time, 0 stress. I don't hit long at all. I hit like a 250, 260 drive. So that's why the up and down is really important for my game and just my short game in general. But yeah, somewhere on the screen, I'll put a tally. Obviously, it would be nice to have 9 greens in regulation and 0-0. But if I can get to 3-3-3, that's kind of my standard, right? It's on the left side of the fairway. Okay, 56 yards straight uphill. Probably plays about 60. I'm usually too short, so I'm gonna just make sure it gets up there. I think it just went over the pin. Might have come back a little. Okay, and that right there, first green in regulation, actually got about a 12-foot look at birdie. Classic standard par on a par 5. So that right there is kind of the ideal hole, right? I'm on in regulation. I have a solid birdie putt, less than 15 feet away. But hey, we got one on the board, and the goal really, it would be awesome to get 9 greens in regulation. Okay, we got a par 3 going dead into the wind, uphill. It's about 200 yards. I think it's about 190, plays 200. There we go. I'll take a 3-foot chip any day. Okay, par on hole number 2, but that was an up and down, so we're officially 1, 1, and 0. Next up, we have a par 4. This is a long par 4 for me because I think it's just over 200 yards to carry on the drive, kind of playing into the wind. But the layout on this hole is super pretty. Just got to be able to hit far. So this, usually, if I'm not able to get a good drive and a good approach, I'll have to go up and down to make sure I don't get a bogey. Kick down that hill, get onto the fairway. Maybe. Cleared the water, so that's good. Yeah, I cut it, I aimed left. I got a nice cut, but it was pretty far drive for me. I don't think I made it into the fairway, unfortunately. So it's gonna make my approach shot a lot harder, but. Oh, just went dead straight. I saw it bounce to the right. We'll see where it ended up. Okay, we ended just next to the bunker. All right, I want to try to get another up and down. It's another downhill up and down, so it's gonna roll out far to the right and down. I like it. It rolled so far. I thought it was a really good chip, and it just kept going down. So 10 feet, breaking right to left. I hammered it because it was uphill. Bogey. And that was one of those, if I just took an extra second, I could have known it was going to roll out so far, but it just kept going. Looked good at the beginning, and then it just kept going and rolled by. So we are actually 1-1-1 now. Okay, this one's often pretty tough for me because it's not only pretty long for a par 4, I think it's over 400 yards, but it's uphill at least 50 feet or so. So it's a tough one to get on in regulation here. Completely knocked off balance, but it actually went dead straight. So yeah, I managed to keep it in the fairway just on the right side. Probably got about 140 yards left. We've got an approach shot. Let's get a good one. Okay, I'm hoping that 9-iron gets there. Completely knocked off balance, went left. All right, up and down. All right, I was pin high, just unfortunately I pulled it quite a bit. And these aren't the greatest bunkers by any means, but let's see if we can go up and down. Rolled out quite a bit. Okay, not a great one out of the bunker, so I still got about 20 feet. All right, bogey number 2. Okay, so we are 1-1-2 officially. The bad news is we've used 2 of our bogeys already. The good news is these are the hardest holes. Number 3, number 4, number 5 are the 3 hardest holes, for me at least. They're just all really long, they're uphill. And if we can walk away with a par on number 5, I feel very confident we'll have still a par left. I can already see that my up and down needs work, just considering how many up and downs I've had, and I've missed 2 in a row. Okay, we've got a par 5, handicap number 1 on the course, 300 yards or more, dead straight into about 250 to 300 yards dead right. So it's downhill though, so let's just knock it down. Unfortunately, that one just ended up a little too left. I'm probably still just on the edge of the fairway because of my cut. But yeah, you don't want to be too left. You don't want to be right because then you can't cut the corner. But if you're too left, you're just super far. So, okay, we actually got really lucky and looks like we hit a hill on the left side and bounced directly into the fairway on the right. So there's a lot of wind right now, but I've got a clear shot. But it's still well over, 270, so I'm just gonna try to knock it up there. Hit the ground and I went left. Well, we'll be okay. Okay, it was actually a terrible second shot. My last couple shots have been really bad actually. But we're still hitting our 3rd onto the green, back of the pin. Probably got 100 yards in the rough. We have a shot, so time to take a break. Just try to take my time, take some breaths. Time to slow down. Okay, I think I'm just on the back. So although this one's technically on the fringe, I'm still counting it. It's only about 12 feet from the hole, 15 feet. All right, we're back on track. So that puts us at still 2 over after 5. We got through the hardest 3 holes. I'm happy about that. I think we can do very well now moving forward. There's another par 5 yet to come. That's a lot shorter. So now I'm at 2-1-2. Okay, number 6, par 4. This one isn't that long. In my last video, I was playing from the whites, and I've got to say the whites are probably 40 to 50 yards closer every hole. It's a different course from the blues. Finally, a good drive. right in the middle. And you know that feeling when you just finally hit a good one? You're like, where was that this whole day? Okay, I've got about 160 dead flat. I'm a fan of this distance. It's also refreshing. I've been hitting it long today. That doesn't happen often. Slipping so much today. I think we're on the green still, but come on. All right, so I'm just on the fringe. So I guess technically this would be an up and down. I can't count it as a green in regulation. It's close, but uphill putt, probably about 30 feet. Okay, that makes us 2, 2, and 2. It's our second up and down. Technically that's an up and down, right? Okay, so as we stand right now, we've gone through 6 holes. I have not been playing that well compared to last video when I shot 1 under. I know it's a different tee box, but I'm just not hitting well. I'm losing balance. But that being said, I'm still 2, 2, 2. I've got 2 bogeys and I've got 4 pars. And I've got 2 up and downs, 2 green in regulations, and 2 bogeys. I don't like these holes where there's a tree just on the left right here. That's like right where my ball path goes, so I have to try to just force it to not cut nearly as much, which is hard. Dead center again. Something clicked. Okay, that one I aimed right and it somehow stayed straight. I think I landed right in the middle of the fairway. Felt good. Okay, I think I'm still probably over 250 to the green. I've got a bunker that I need to carry 200. I'm gonna hopefully get left of that. All right, probably got 30 yards to the pin. Even though I'm playing from the blues, this is probably the best approach shot I've had. Come on, come on. That was close. All right, it's still, it just rolled out pretty far. I always think it's gonna sit and then it just releases. So I've still got about 10 feet. Hey, it's a par. And it's a green in regulation. Barely missed the bird, but that's all right. Okay, we're going on to number 8. That puts us at 3, 2, 2. 3 green in regulations, 2 up and downs, and 2 bogeys. So I'm 2 over, got 2 left. So I'm not gonna lie, holes like this make me dislike courses a little bit. I've got a 265 yard par 3. It is downhill, so it probably plays 255 or 260-ish. It's narrow, there's bunkers on the right, you can get lost on the left. But 265 for a par 3, man, that's tough. I guess I'd rather go short than long, so I'll hit a nice light drive. It's cutting. Let's see if it takes the hill. Nope, didn't make it. Ah, that's so tough. I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much, but you know, over 250 yards on a par 3. I mean, I personally don't get that much practice on any par 3s that long. I can't think of any in Utah that are that far. So, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't a great shot. I hit a light drive and it just didn't cut like it normally does. So up and down. We can afford a bogey, but we're gonna have to get a par on the next hole if we bogey this hole. I'm pin high, just barely into the rough. If it would have caught a little more of the hill, it would have rolled all the way down. Not much better we could do there. Okay, we've got about maybe 12 feet, 15 feet. break. Come on. All right, bogey number 3. Okay, we are sitting at 3 over, just like we planned. Now we just got to finish for the par or bird. But we are 3-2-3 right now. And I'll be honest, I wasn't thinking about that 260 par 3 there. But luckily we had one to spare, right? So we've got a more standard par 4 up next here. Yeah, it's 400 yards even. Pretty standard shot. We've just got water at the end, but that's it. Okay, all I need is a good drive and the rest should work out for itself. Very high drive, but dead straight. Should be in the fairway. So yeah, I don't know what y'all are working on in your games or what you're struggling in, or you know, what is holding you back as far as your mental game around golf. But this 6-6-6, 3-3-3 approach, it really helps me just have a foundation of like goals, right? My goal is to break 80 today. That's all it is. Or in this case, 40 today. And that's all it takes. It's that simple. Golf is too easy to overcomplicate. So there's a lot of depth that goes into that rule. But golf is mental. You just need little tools and little tips to help you simplify things to shoot better. All right, we're right at about 150. Standard, easy shot that I've done so many times. Got my 9-iron, nice and easy. Okay, we might be short, we might be on. I think we're on. Okay, we barely trickled up to the green, but green in regulation. So the odds of me getting a par here is just so much higher than if it was really 10 feet behind. All right, guys, ended up at 3 over. I actually did shoot a 40 because the front 9 here is a 37. The back 9, I believe, is a 34. So it's 71 hole course, but I shot 3 over. That was the goal the whole time. 4 green and regulations, 2 up and downs, 3 bogeys. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.